Hello Sky News Facebook audience, I'm here with legendary musician, Queen guitarist, astrophysicist and tech developer, Brian May. Hello, hello.
I can speak.
If you've got any questions,
Send us.
put it in the comments below so we can put them to Brian, and we're going to talk about all kinds of things. But we're going to begin by talking about your venture into virtual reality.
Absolutely.
Tell us what this is.
This is the OWL virtual reality kit, which you can purchase for about 25 quid from our little cottage industry. And this is your window to virtual reality.
Show us how it works.
It basically transforms your mobile phone into a virtual reality device instantly. So I can show you this picture that I just took of this lovely lady here. And
this is a photo we took earlier because we've been filming this week's episode of Swipe, and we took this one as part of our interview. You took it using a stereoscopic camera on your phone,
which is very quick.
And then you can now view that in 3D.
It goes straight in the OWL VR kit, and you're set. It focuses as well, which is great. So this is a better VR kit than most you will find. I can show you, according to me, yeah. Not that I'm biased at all.
But it's a bit of a rival for Google Cardboard, isn't it?
It is actually. I've been working with Google, which has been a lot of fun actually, because those guys are brilliant. And they've been developing a virtual reality 360-degree Bohemian Rhapsody experience. And they're going to be launching it before long, so that's going to be something amazing. And you can view it in this, or you can view it in the Google
But
Cardboard.
Google didn't work with you to develop this?
No, this has been going a long time. This is my OWL, and this has been on sale, and I don't know, getting on for 8 years, I think.
But you launched in May, specifically.
The kit.
The actual kit. So that people
this is a stereoscopy, and you can put any kind of stereo card in here. And it's exactly the same as a Victorian stereoscope, and the reason I had to create it was because it's very hard to get Victorian stereoscopes now. So you can put any kind of stereo card in there, but it also works great on your phone, because your phone can carry stereo pictures very well. In fact, I can show you right now if you want.
Yeah.
In an instant I can show you. So if I go onto, there's a very nice little app which will help you called 3D Camera. If you can see that there, 3D camera app.
Are there
costs about
other
99p.
apps available for 3D cameras?
Yeah, there's also one for this is the iPhone one, there's one for the Android as well. But this is a very neat little app, and basically it says, look, left image. So Gemma's going to keep very still for us. Here's the left image. Now go back a bit and you'll see what I do. Go back, no you. I then move my camera to the right and take another image. And you have the two images superimposed on each other, which you can readjust here. Press this button here, and instantly you have your side-by-side stereo.
So stereoscopy is just taking double pictures, really?
Taking double pictures, but from two different viewpoints, corresponding to the two different positions of your eyes.
Okay.
That's the magic of it. So that goes straight in there. And yeah, you moved this time. You weren't such a good girl this time.
Well, you were moving Chris with the camera phone there back, and I thought you meant me.
No, yeah, but it's still good.
I wonder if I can hold that up.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't see it in 3D.
There's just no way of seeing it,
No.
really. You'd have to have a go on the real thing.
Yeah.
So talk us through why. Why did you come up with this?
I just love this stuff. To me it's magic. You can take a picture on your iPhone so easily, or your Android or whatever, and what you see is a flat picture on your screen. But if you want to see somebody looking actually as they did in real life, I mean, it's quite incredible. You feel with a 3D picture that you could walk into it, you could touch people and talk to people. I mean, it's something awesome, I think. You know, so I always wanted to share this with the world, and that's why this was born. That's why I worked a way to invent that in my home workshop. I'll show you the prototype.
Yeah, talk us through. These are the originals.
This is, when I first had the idea, I made this one night in my little workshop, and it's just made out of cardboard. It has real lenses though, and it does work. It also focuses, which is the great secret. It focuses this way.
It just goes back and forth.
Yeah, so you can focus for anybody's eyesight, and it collapses to flats, which was what was necessary for the book, because this was designed for a stereoscopic book. Folds up for action like that. So I took that to my local moulders in Sunbury-upon-Thames, Weston's, and we came up with this design, all nuts and bolts holding it together.
It's plastic.
Yeah, this is polypropylene already, and already this works very well. You can focus. And then finally we came up with the design for the OWL, which is this. Again, it still collapses, It still fits inside a book if you like, or in your bookcase, but it folds up instantly, not only to make a stereoscope, but to make a virtual reality window.
But virtual reality is such a massive market, isn't it? It's a real buzzword right now.
It's a great thing, yeah. Very few people understand it. Everybody talks about it, but not many people understand it, because you can have virtual reality which is not stereoscopic. It's 360.
Yeah.
But it's not 3D. But if you have both together, if you have your 360 experience and stereoscopy at the same time, and ambisonic sound, so that the sound actually changes as in real life, then you're getting very close to an experience which seems incredibly real. And that's the magic. People go, wow, I think I'm there.
How are you going to manage, being competitive in that market? Because it's massive now, and people spend hundreds on a headset.
Yeah, well, this is it's high quality, but it's not very expensive. It's about 25 quid all in. It's nicer than Google Cardboard in many ways, including the focus.
And Google might not say that.
Google might not agree with me.
Even though they're working with you on
no,
the
we're
360
friends.
videos.
Yeah.
And is it true that when you view it stereoscopically, you don't get the seasickness that some people get from a VR headset?
That's the thing. VR is a little bit too much for some people, and they get nauseous or they get vertigo. The nice thing about this is you get your virtual reality experience, but you're still aware of your surroundings. So people generally tend to react quite well to this. You also don't get headaches because it will focus properly. And a lot of these, I don't think there's another virtual reality headset which focuses like this.
Now, where do you think VR is going to be headed now? And will it stick around? Because remember 3D TV, everybody thought that was the thing, that was the future, and that kind of failed, didn't it?
That's the big question. It has certain uses. In some cases, it's a quick hit, and it can be very effective. I mean, there's a virtual reality film on the internet at the moment, which was filmed inside a pig farm. Now, this is not entertainment. This is something truly shocking and horrifying, but it's something that people need to see. And basically, you view this thing through your virtual reality headset, your Google Cardboard or whatever, and you are inside the cage where this pig lives all its life, from being a piglet to the time when it's killed in the abattoir. And it's so shockingly real that nobody comes out of it the same. So imagine if you can take people and give them the experience that they've never had, and that's an example. Maybe you can give them the experience of being on Mars or being on the moon. Maybe you can give them an experience of meeting one of their loved ones, and it seems like they're in the room with them. Maybe it's a loved one that's no longer with them. It's an incredibly powerful thing, and I think it will go a long way. The difficulty is, as I see, if you have a full-length film, it's pretty hard to sit there with this thing on your face. It gets kind of sweaty and you get claustrophobic. And to sit there for a 2-hour film, I think is probably too much to ask people. Also, you're asking them to swivel around and look at stuff all around them in 360, and that gets pretty wearing after a while. You have to sit in a swivel chair. We were thinking of supplying swivel chairs for virtual reality users. I think there's a great market there.
The next project.
Yeah, the next project. So, I think virtual reality is so exciting, but nobody quite knows where it's going at this moment.
Okay, if you've just joined us, Facebook audience, I'm sitting here with Queen guitarist Brian May, who's also very much into technology and 3D imagery, really. He's created this, the OWL VR, and if you've got any questions about it, put it in the comments section below. And I've got a question here from Samantha.
Yeah.
She says she saw you talking about John Deacon and also being interested in stereoscopy, and she asks, can you explain how you explored the medium in your early days?
Yeah, well, I explored it with Weetabix first of all, because you used to get these little Weetabix cards in your cereal packet. They should do that again. Actually, I was trying to get them to do it. But you sent off 1 6pence for your little viewer, which is very much like this on a smaller scale. And suddenly you could see things in 3D. So I figured out how it was done quite early on. I figured that there was a picture taken here and a picture here corresponding to each eye. And the trick was to present each picture separately to each eye. So I did that for a long time. I think I took my first stereo picture. Why doesn't everybody do this all the time? Why are people content with flat pictures when they can take stereo, when they can take 3D pictures? So much later on I discovered that you could get a stereo camera. And there is a stereo camera these days. This is actually no longer in production, but it's
You've got one?
Yeah, it's made by Fujifilm, It's a digital stereo camera, and it works great. It's completely instant, but unfortunately they probably didn't do very well with it, so you can get these on the internet.
You've got to have the right devices to see it with as well.
Yep.
Next question.
We've already put out on Diableries and other things, but it will come with one of these. It will come with an owl, and you will see pictures of us on stage and off stage in 3D in very lifelike depth. Whether you can stand it or not, I don't know. But it's very cool. I'm really enjoying
So
doing
what
it.
other projects are you working on, and where does virtual reality fit in with your music?
Virtual reality fits in very well with the music, because we also just did a virtual reality shoot of one of our shows, the Queen and Adam Lambert show in Barcelona. For the first time ever, we had a flying VR rig over the audience.
What's that flying VR rig? What, the camera?
Well, it's a bunch of cameras. In our case, it's I think we had 14 GoPros arranged around and looking up and looking down. It was on a mount which can move, in any direction. It's then flown by wires from the ceiling, so it can fly all around the arena. So when you see this, and when you put this thing in your cardboard or your OWL viewer, you will feel like you're at that concert, experiencing it just as the audience did. You're just above the audience's heads, and you move around, and you go on a whole journey through different songs, and eventually you will land up on stage, so you can move around with me while I'm doing my solo. You can go up and down the catwalk with Adam as he's doing his thing. You can get close to Roger on the drums. So this is something really, it was a dream, and I thought, can we actually get this together? And I was so lucky to get fantastic people, a great team together who really pushed forward the boundaries. So this has never really been done before.
Okay, another question. This is from Becky. Thank you for your question. What's your favourite thing to take stereo photos of?
To take stereo photos of people. I love to take pictures of people, because you get such a lasting kind of bond with the photograph. It's incredible. I have pictures of my kids as they were growing up in stereo, and it's much, much more evocative than a still picture. It's nice to have a still picture of your kids or whatever, but you see them through a stereoscope 20 years later, and it's just like you could still talk to them when they were kids. It's an incredibly powerful medium. So I have a picture of you now, see?
Oh yeah. Well, I wonder if you can put that in one of your shows.
Well, it's on my Instagram right now, so people can share. But you can actually free view these things. If you relax your eyes like those stereo pictures, stereos these are called, you can let these things swim together, and you can see very well in 3D. But it helps to have a viewer. It really helps.
Okay, more questions here. Put your questions in the comment section below, and I can put them to Brian. Lots of people expressing love for Brian and for Queen and Freddie. Can you tell us a bit more about the fans' loyalty? Because it would have been Freddie's 70th birthday.
It's today. Freddie's 70th, yeah.
And you've had such a loyal fan following for all these years.
People are amazing. I think to us and to the fans, it's like he's still here, really. He's so much a part of our lives. He's so interactive. My present to Freddie this year was naming an asteroid after him. So there's an asteroid, Freddie Mercury, out there. And
how did you do that?
Well, with the help of some great friends. I mean, the Minor Planet Center of NASA were very helpful, and they wanted to dedicate an asteroid to Freddie. So through my friend Joel Parker at NASA, who's part of these wonderful missions that go to Pluto and land on comets, we got it together. Well, he got it together mainly. It was Joel who did it. And so if you go to the NASA website and find the Minor Planet Center bit, you will find asteroid Freddie Mercury and the number, and you can see its orbit. And actually, it will be a very good time to photograph it next February to March, because it'll be in a good place to photograph.
What do you think Freddie would have done for his 70th birthday? How do you
I'm sure he would have had a big party. Freddie liked parties. But the funny thing was, he would normally get all these hundreds of people together, and they were dressed up and having a great time. And then he'd go, "Oh, darling, let's go over here." And he'd have his little private room where he kind of wouldn't interact with the party. He would just sit and drink and chat to his friends and take photographs of them with his Polaroid camera. And yeah, Freddie was a strange mixture of ebullience and incredibly outgoing connection and shyness. He was a very shy person, I think, underneath it all. Just as the same as the boy we met first of all. the way he overcame his shyness was to create this wonderful Mercury character which strode the world.
And you were there at the English Heritage Ceremony, putting the blue plaque on the wall of the home you grew up in last week, weren't you?
Yeah. Do you know,
What was that like?
It's non-stop. Life never gets boring, yeah. Well, strangely enough, I grew up in the same little town as Freddie did, in Feltham in Middlesex. It's a very unglamorous little town. I hope people won't mind me saying that. But this is where we grew up. The funny thing is, we didn't know each other at the time. We lived about 300 yards away from each other, but we never met until the days when we were at college, and then I met Freddie through our singer in the group I was in at the time, which was called Smile. And we became friends. We used to go and see him sing in his group called Wreckage. He used to come and see us play, and he said, "I'm going to sing with you. That's what I need to do." You know, we went, "Really?" And then things just worked out that way, and we disbanded our group. He said, "Okay, we're going to do it now. We're going to work together, and we will make a group which will conquer the world and will be stars."
Which was
Or
true.
words to that effect.
Which was true.
And we all went, "Yeah, okay."
Brian May,
And it
it's
worked.
been wonderful to meet you and to have a go on the AR/VR, the virtual reality kit. Oh, I've got one more
You can get
question.
them, just in
Yeah.
case, if you're wondering where to
Yeah.
get them, go to the London Stereoscopic Company website, and all this will be explained. I probably haven't explained it very well. There's also a light owl, which is a very lovely thing to have in your pocket.
Is this more of a quick and easy one?
Very quick and very easy, so you can take stereo pictures of your mates, bing, 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 put them on here, and view them with the light owl.
You're
It's
great
a lot
at
of fun.
promoting that.
Promote,
Brian.
promote.
And finally, just back to the music. One more question. Question from Dean. Will there be a Queen tour in England in 2017?
It's too early to say. I don't know what we're going to be doing in 2017. We're about to go to Asia and tread ground that we never trod before in Hong Kong and Taipei and Bangkok, and wonderful exotic places that you could not go to when Freddie was around. Sadly, you know, we couldn't go to China. We were culturally unacceptable. But now we're going. So we do that this December. I'm off in about 8 days' time. And after that, I don't think anybody knows. I have a studio album to finish off with Kerry Ellis. We'll be touring in December. So you can see me in Britain in December with Kerry, and we do some cool stuff. Quite different from Queen, but very interactive.
Do you find a lot of your Queen fans follow you
Yeah,
when you're gigging with Kerry Ellis?
Yeah, Queen fans are the most loyal in the world. They are incredible, and so a lot of her fans come as well. But we see a lot of Queen folks, and it's great. I feel very fortunate that we have such incredible support. Thanks, folks.
Okay. We really should wrap up now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Facebook audience.
We're gonna go now.
Thank you for the questions.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.